It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Chigoziem Okonkwo, who's third in the league in catches this season and ready for more this week. It's the Titans and the Browns, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And Levis will look to throw on the first play from scrimmage. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Levis looking to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. You look at this Browns defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And some strong running. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Levis back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Levis now off of play action. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Titans at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd down, Pollard again. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Levis sets up to throw here. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Levis. This is caught. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Pollard is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Runs over him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Pollard gets it off the option.
Oh, good move. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Levis to throw it.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You look at this Browns defense.
And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the #11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Browns getting set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Back to throw, Watson.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys
I like
on the
that.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the 1st fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Levis. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good 1st step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Levis out of the shotgun now. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-to-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Titan football.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Personal foul, unnecessary run.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Levis from the gun. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
At the 40-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Levis.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's good for the Titans. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Working from the gun. Here's Levis.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Off the play fake, Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll look to throw again.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
A good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This is 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. Fighting his way through contact. Always got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Now it's Watson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
First down, Cleveland.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 70. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 13-7. That time a 6-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback unexpected.
Levis in trouble. Down he goes.
Zadarius Smith gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Going to throw right side here, complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Offside. Defense.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5.
Now Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 32-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Extra point right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Levis to throw off play action. Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Levis looking to throw. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have regained the lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Browns offense and their star running back Nick Chubb getting set to take over once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
Pass caught. He's got Tillman.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Off tackle run here for Nick Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They run again on first down. Chubb. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
124 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Watson.
He'll get this complete to Tillman.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 18. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
This 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Out of the gun, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
At their own 32-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Levis to throw it.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Here's Levis. Drops this underneath for Pollard.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Again, it's Levis looking to throw it.
And he fires one incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Levis from the gun. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line.
Now Levis. He'll find McMillan here.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
2nd and a couple. Levis back to throw.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Levis sets up to throw here.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the Jets who were able to come away with the win at home. Aaron Rodgers, strong as usual in the victory as his guys run their record now to 7-3. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, strong as usual in the victory as his guys run their record now to 7-3. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Bryce Young, strong in the win as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Watson. And incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by one score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator of the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A credit the tackle to Juan Thornhill. Here's a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Off the play fake, Levis. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. To the sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He's been terrific so far.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback Deshaun Watson set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Chubb will get the call running left.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Levis.
He gets this one to Boyd. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for the Titans. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a give here to Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Pollard again. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Levis.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Tyler Boyd from 17 yards out.
And the Titans have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
Levis will try to throw for the 2.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
As we've prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Watson gets this over the middle to Tillman. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Titans offense and quarterback Will Levis ready to go to work once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Levis looking to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Watson now to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
It's 4th down and less than a yard.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Will Levis taking it in from a yard out.
And the Titans have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner, and he was able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive, 4 plays.
And the drive was capped off with a touchdown run by Will Levis. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense.
They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. Throwing on second down, Levis. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Watson.
This one downfield for Tillman.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big play that time for Cleveland. 56 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Tillman going to go in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
They tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes it to Boyd. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Levis to throw off play action.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
2nd down, Pollard again.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Here's 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Levis out of the shotgun now. And that one too wide and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And again, it's Chubb. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Levis to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Back to throw, it's Levis. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Browns' 14-yard line.
Pollard, he'll take it up the gut. Shedding the tackle, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Pollard diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Browns set to take over. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Titans.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Now that's a killer, because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn. Powers through. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Going to run again here with Pollard.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Watson. That's pulled in by Brooks. Here's 2nd down. To throw, Watson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. Finding space at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Watson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Titans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
The D can only stop it 1 more time as they take the knee. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee.
Levis takes a knee here, and that should just about do it. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Titans, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll also drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gautin saying so long, everybody.